Most of the MEAs have very specific missions or mandates related to partial aspects of biodiversity. So I think we don't completely overlap with the governments, which makes it possible for us to formulate our specific requests to meet an MEA mission or mandate and submit that to the IPBES. It's interesting, and I think it'll still emerge in terms of process, because many of the same governments that will be in the IPBES plenary discussing some of the requests are the same governments that are contracting parties to the various MEAs, although there may be different human beings in the process. So I think we're going to have to try and figure out that part of the procedure. But certainly in terms of meeting our specific mandates, those don't always overlap with the mandates of the governments themselves. Within Ramsar, what we have already discussed this, we have certain needs for products which we could see IPBES delivering for us. And so we will formulate those needs on the basis of convention implementation needs and try to scope the kind of product that we feel IPBES would be able to deliver for us that we're not able to generate ourselves because of our limited scope and mandate. We're really lacking on global and sub-regional information on status and trends in wetland ecosystems and wetland ecosystem services, as well as status and trends of the drivers that influence wetlands. And for us, most of the drivers are actually controlled by sectors outside our sphere of political influence, such as water, land use, transport and infrastructure, mining and energy. And so we see that IPBES could be incredibly helpful in accessing information on status and trends of wetland ecosystems and the drivers, and synthesizing that for us in ways that are very difficult for us to do ourselves. We don't have access to a lot of that information, but we feel that it's likely the IPBES will. The greatest potential for that is going to be at the national level and down perhaps to local level, where you could see the generation of knowledge at local and sub-regional levels requiring the participation of many different organizations, including the MEAs. So that in itself will encourage synergy. I think at the global level, achieving that synergy is quite challenging, but it's much more possible at the local level. For Ramsar, we see at the level of river basins, because that is the sort of ecological unit for wetlands, that synergy can be possible. And just having the IPBES almost as a cross-cutting, integrating mechanism will help move that synergy forward.